Hello, my friend. Welcome back. I'm so happy you're here today. Today, we're going to talk about something very simple, something you do every single day, your daily routine. But here's the thing. Most English learners don't know how to talk about their day in natural English. So today, I will teach you. Stay with me until the end, because I have something special for you. Let's begin. So, what will you learn today? Today, you will learn how to talk about your daily routine in English. We will practice listening together. We will practice speaking together. You will repeat after me. This is called shadowing. Shadowing helps you speak more naturally. I will give you real phrases, simple phrases, clear English, and I will guide you step by step. Don't worry, we will go slowly, very slowly. Are you ready? Good. Let's start. Now, let me ask you something. Have you ever tried to talk about your day in English? Maybe someone asked you, "What do you do every day?" And you wanted to answer, but the words didn't come easily. Maybe you said, "I wake up," "I eat," "I go to work." Very short sentences, very basic. And that's okay. That's how we all start. But today, I want to help you sound more natural, more fluent, more confident. Because talking about your daily routine is so important. People ask about it all the time. What time do you wake up? What do you do in the morning? Do you cook breakfast? These are common questions, and you need to answer them comfortably. So today, we will practice together. We will learn the most common phrases. We will repeat them many times. And by the end of this lesson, you will feel more confident. I promise you. But here's something important. Later in this lesson, I will give you a powerful technique, a technique that will help you remember these phrases forever. So don't leave early. Stay with me. Let's continue. Okay, my friend. Let's talk about your morning routine. This is the most important part of your day. Why? Because everyone has a morning routine, and everyone talks about it. So let's learn the most common phrases. First phrase, I wake up. I wake up. This means you open your eyes in the morning. You stop sleeping. Simple, right? Now, here is the question. What time do you wake up? We say, I wake up at 7 o'clock. Or, I wake up at 6:30. The word at is very important here. At 7 o'clock. At 6:30. Not in 7 o'clock. Not on 7 o'clock. At 7 o'clock. Let me say it again. I wake up at 7 o'clock. Good. Now, what happens after you wake up? You get out of bed. We say, I get up. I get up. This is different from wake up. Wake up means you open your eyes. Get up means you leave your bed. You stand up. You start your day. So listen carefully. I wake up at 7 o'clock. Then I get up. Do you see the difference? First, you wake up. Then you get up. Many learners use these words incorrectly, but now you know. Good job. Now, what do you do next? Maybe you go to the bathroom. We say, I go to the bathroom. Very simple. Or maybe you say, I brush my teeth. I brush my teeth. The word brush means to clean with a brush. We brush our teeth every morning. At least, I hope you do. Now listen to this sentence. I wake up at 7 o'clock. Then I get up. I go to the bathroom and brush my teeth. That's a complete routine. 4 actions. Wake up, get up, go to the bathroom, brush my teeth. See how natural that sounds? Now, here is something more important. Most learners forget one small word, the word then. Then connects your actions. It shows the order. I wake up. Then I get up. Then I brush my teeth. Without then, your sentences feel disconnected. So use then often. It makes you sound fluent. Okay, let's add more action. After you brush your teeth, maybe you wash your face. We say, I wash my face. I wash my face. Simple. Clear. Or maybe you take a shower. I take a shower. Not I make a shower. Not I do a shower. I take a shower. This is the correct phrase. Let me say it again. I take a shower. Good. Now, let's talk about breakfast. After your shower, you probably eat breakfast. We say, I have breakfast, or I eat breakfast. Both are correct, but have breakfast is more common. I have breakfast at 8 o'clock. What do you eat for breakfast? Maybe you say, I have eggs and toast, or I have cereal and milk, or I have coffee and a banana. Very simple sentences. Now, here's the key part. You are learning phrases, not just words. Wake up is a phrase. Get up is a phrase. Brush my teeth is a phrase. When you learn phrases, you speak faster. You sound more natural. So don't just memorize single words. Memorize the whole phrase. Okay? Good. Now let's practice together. Now, my friend, it's time to practice. I will say a sentence. You repeat after me. Say it out loud. Don't be shy. This is how you improve. Ready? Let's go. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I get up and stretch. I go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. I take a shower. I dry myself with a towel. I get dressed. I comb my hair. I have breakfast at 8 o'clock. I eat toast and eggs. I drink a cup of coffee. I check my phone. I read the news. I leave my house at 8:30. Excellent work. You're doing great. Now let's say them again, but faster this time. I wake up at 7 o'clock. I get up and go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth and wash my face. I take a shower. I get dressed and comb my hair. I have breakfast and drink coffee. I check my phone and read the news. I leave my house at 8:30. Perfect. You are getting better. Do you feel it? Good. Now let's go deeper. Okay, my friend. Now we know the morning routine. But what about the afternoon? What about the evening? Let's learn more phrases, because your day doesn't stop after breakfast. So let's continue. After you leave your house, what happens? Maybe you go to work. We say, I go to work. Very simple. Or maybe you say, I drive to work. I take the bus to work. I walk to work. Different people use different transportation, but the structure is the same. I go to work. I arrive at work at 9 o'clock. The word arrive means you reach a place. You get there. I arrive at work at 9 o'clock. Now, what do you do at work? This depends on your job, but we can use general phrases. I work on my computer. I answer emails. I have meetings. I talk to my colleagues. Colleagues means the people you work with. Your coworkers. Simple, right? Now, here is something most learners don't know. Many fluent speakers use the word usually in their routine. Usually means most of the time. Not always, but most days. For example, I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. I usually have coffee for breakfast. I usually take the bus to work. This makes your English sound more natural, because life is not the same every day, right? Sometimes you wake up late. Sometimes you skip breakfast. So we say usually. Try it with me. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. Good. Now let's talk about lunch. Around 12 or 1, you have lunch. We say, I have lunch at 1 o'clock. Or, I eat lunch with my colleagues. Where do you eat? Maybe you say, I eat in the office. Or I go to a restaurant. Or I bring lunch from home. All of these are correct. Now, what happens after work? You finish work. We say, I finish work at 5 o'clock. Or I leave work at 6 o'clock. Then you go home. I go home. I get home at 6:30. See the difference? Go home means you are traveling. Get home means you arrive. Okay, now here is the key part. Your evening routine is just as important. Let me teach you the most common phrases. After you get home, maybe you relax. I relax on the sofa. Or I watch TV. Or I listen to music. Maybe you cook dinner. I cook dinner. I make pasta. I prepare a salad. Or maybe someone else cooks. My wife cooks dinner. My husband makes dinner. Then you eat. I have dinner at 7 o'clock. I eat with my family. After dinner, maybe you do different things. I wash the dishes. I clean the kitchen. I take a walk. I read a book. I study English. I hope you study English. That's why you're here, right? Good. Now, before you sleep, you have a nighttime routine. I take a shower. Or I brush my teeth. I change into my pajamas. Pajamas are the clothes you wear to sleep. I set my alarm. This means you prepare your alarm clock for tomorrow. I set my alarm for 7 o'clock. Then, finally, you go to bed. I go to bed at 10 o'clock. Or, I go to sleep at 11 o'clock. And that's your day, from morning to night, a complete routine. Now listen closely. I'm going to tell you something powerful. When you learn these phrases, don't just memorize them. Use them. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, say out loud, "I'm waking up now." When you brush your teeth, say, "I'm brushing my teeth." Talk to yourself in English. This technique is called self-talk, and it works. It helps you think in English. It makes speaking automatic. So try it every day, okay? Good. Now, let's practice more sentences. Now, my friend, let's practice again. This time, we'll practice your full day, from morning to night. Repeat after me. Say it clearly. Say it with confidence. Ready? Let's begin. I usually wake up at 7 o'clock. I get up and stretch my arms. I go to the bathroom and brush my teeth. I wash my face with cold water. I take a quick shower. I dry myself and get dressed. I go to the kitchen. I make a cup of coffee. I have toast with butter and jam. I check my phone for messages. I leave my house at 8:30. I drive to work. I arrive at work at 9 o'clock. I turn on my computer. I check my emails. I work on different projects. I have a meeting at 11 o'clock. I talk with my colleagues. I have lunch at 1 o'clock. I eat a sandwich and a salad. I continue working in the afternoon. I finish work at 5 o'clock. I leave the office and drive home. I get home at 6 o'clock. I change into comfortable clothes. I relax on the sofa for a few minutes. I cook dinner at 7 o'clock. I make chicken and vegetables. I eat dinner with my family. We talk about our day. After dinner, I wash the dishes. I watch TV for an hour. I read a book before bed. I study English for 20 minutes. I brush my teeth at 10 o'clock. I set my alarm for tomorrow. I go to bed at 10:30. I fall asleep quickly. Wonderful job! You just described a complete day in English. That was a lot of sentences, but you did it. I'm proud of you. Now let's make it even more interesting. Let's tell a little story. Now, my friend, I want to tell you a story. A simple story about someone's daily routine. Her name is Maria. Maria is an English learner, just like you. Let me tell you about her day. Listen carefully. After the story, we will practice together. Here we go. Maria wakes up at 6:30 every morning. She doesn't like waking up early, but she does it anyway. She gets up slowly and stretches. Then she goes to the bathroom. She brushes her teeth and washes her face. She looks in the mirror and says, "Good morning, Maria." She takes a short shower. The water is warm and relaxing. After her shower, she dries herself and gets dressed. She chooses comfortable clothes for work. She goes to the kitchen. She makes a cup of tea. She doesn't drink coffee. She prefers tea. She has cereal with milk for breakfast. While she eats, she listens to an English podcast, just like this one. She finishes breakfast and checks her phone. She reads a few messages from her friends. At 7:30, she leaves her apartment. She walks to the bus stop. The bus arrives at 7:45. She gets on the bus and finds a seat. She arrives at work at 8:15. She works in a small office. She turns on her computer and starts working. She answers emails and makes phone calls. At 12 o'clock, she has lunch. She eats a sandwich she brought from home. She eats in the park near her office. She enjoys the fresh air. After lunch, she goes back to work. She works until 5 o'clock. Then she leaves the office. She takes the bus home. She gets home at 6 o'clock. She changes into her pajamas immediately. She loves being comfortable at home. She cooks a simple dinner. Tonight, she makes pasta with tomato sauce. She eats dinner while watching her favorite TV show. After dinner, she washes the dishes. Then she sits on the sofa and reads a book. She reads for 30 minutes. At 9 o'clock, she studies English. She practices speaking out loud. She repeats sentences from her lessons. At 10 o'clock, she brushes her teeth. She sets her alarm for 6:30. She goes to bed. She thinks about tomorrow. She feels happy. She's learning English every day. And she's getting better. Just like you. Now, let's practice some sentences from Maria's story. Repeat after me. Maria wakes up at 6:30 every morning. She gets up slowly and stretches. She brushes her teeth and washes her face. She makes a cup of tea. She has cereal with milk for breakfast. She listens to an English podcast. She leaves her apartment at 7:30. She walks to the bus stop. She arrives at work at 8:15. She answers emails and makes phone calls. She has lunch at 12 o'clock. She eats in the park near her office. She goes back to work after lunch. She leaves the office at 5 o'clock. She gets home at 6 o'clock. She changes into her pajamas. She cooks pasta with tomato sauce. She watches her favorite TV show. She washes the dishes after dinner. She reads a book for 30 minutes. She studies English at 9 o'clock. She practices speaking out loud. She sets her alarm for 6:30. She goes to bed at 10 o'clock. She feels happy. Excellent! You did so well. Maria's story is just like your story. We all have routines. We all do similar things every day. And now you can talk about your routine in English. Let's finish with one final message. Okay, my friend? We've reached the end of today's lesson. Let me tell you what we learned. Today, you learned how to talk about your daily routine in English. You learned phrases for the morning. I wake up, I get up, I brush my teeth, I have breakfast. You learned phrases for work. I go to work, I arrive at work, I have lunch. You learned phrases for the evening. I go home, I cook dinner, I relax. And you learned phrases for nighttime. I brush my teeth, I go to bed. These phrases are so important. You'll use them every single day. Now, here is what I want you to do. Tomorrow morning, when you wake up, practice this. Talk to yourself in English. Say, I'm waking up now. I'm getting out of bed. I'm brushing my teeth. Do this every day, every single day, and I promise you, your English will improve. You will speak more naturally. You will feel more confident, and you will think in English. That's the goal. Remember, learning English is not about one big lesson. It's about small practice every day, a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, and slowly you get better. I believe in you. You can do this. Thank you so much for listening today. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Come back tomorrow for a new lesson. I'll be here waiting for you. Until then, keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. Goodbye, my friend. See you tomorrow.